West Indies, man. You you sure know how to keep our hearts racing, beating faster than we wanted to. Holy cow. But I gotta say, I'm glad that you didn't give up last night, because it meant a lot to every single cricket fan, not just West Indians. Welcome back to We Talk Cricket. Yeah, I know, a little bit more mellow, but last night was a dramatic game. West Indies versus New Zealand in the ICC Men's World T20. It was a sorry sight at the beginning, man. West Indies were 30-something for 5 at one stage, and at one point I was like, is this really happening? Like, is this the same West Indies team? And I was like, no, man. And you know what? It took a lot. It took a lot of belief in that team, but they pulled through. West Indies lost the toss and were inserted first by New Zealand and made a total of 149 for 9. As I mentioned before, though, at one point they were, I think it was 32 for 5. Like, they were 7 wickets down, 15 overs. It was just, New Zealand had control, man. Wickets were falling almost every over. In fact, there was a 4-over spell where wicket fell every single over, 4 or 3 overs. And as a supporter, as a big fan of West Indies cricket, it hurt watching them go through this phase. But they needed to go through this phase because they needed to understand that they really aren't alone in this battle. Yes, they're the ones out there in the field, but they're not alone. I'm not shooting this from a biased perspective. I'm saying this from a fan's perspective here. West Indies, they're my favorite team. They're my favorite cricket team, man. They will always be, no matter what. As a fan watching them go down like that, it was rough. But one man last night said, hey, I'm going to put my hand up and I'm going to deliver. And I got to say, he's from Guyana, home country. Sherfane Rutherford, man. What an innings you played last night, bro. That was an innings that lifted your team. 68 not out. 37 runs for the last partnership, the 10th wicket. The highest for a West Indian team, with Kishmoti, who faced one ball. You made all the runs last night, man. You literally took the team on your back and you said, hey, I know I could do this, man. I know I could do this. At 149, you think about it, that's not a lot of runs, man. Not a lot of runs. But on an unpredictable wicket, you just never know what could happen. New Zealand in their third. Wait. Before I get to that, bowling for New Zealand, you had Trent Boult, who had 3 wickets. He had support from Tim Southee with 2 and Lucky Ferguson with 2 to restrict the West Indies to that paltry 149 for 9. Had it not been for Rutherford picking apart the last 2 overs, bowled by Daryl Mitchell and Mitchell Satner, I don't know how this game would have gone, man. I could have seen New Zealand winning. New Zealand in their turn at the crease, 136 for 9 in their 20 overs. West Indies winning by 13 runs. New Zealand started rather differently than West Indies. In fact, they had 20 on the board before a wicket fell. Akil Hussain had the first wicket. But you cannot keep New Zealand. New Zealand's side is just packed. But New Zealand, I still feel they're lacking match practice. A lot of match practice. They made 3 changes to the side. 3 changes that seem to have a lot of effect bowling, but batting wise it didn't pay off as well. Glenn Phillips led the charge for New Zealand. He had 40. He was the only person to pass 30 in New Zealand, in the New Zealand side. Bowling for the West Indies, you had Alzarri Joseph, who had 4 for 19, and Kishmoti with 3 wickets to support Alzarri. But I felt like the belief to win for the West Indies came from that innings of Rutherford. I don't care what anybody says. When they stepped out, that innings gave them hope. And Rutherford, I gotta say, man, I know you give the team a lot of credit, but you gotta take some credit too, bro. because you deserve it. You carried the team last night. You helped put that motivation in that side, and then you had Akil Hussein who came up and he started right, and then you had Gudikish who came up. Oh, what a beauty to get Mitchell with, man. I gotta say, that was a beauty of a delivery. Then Alzari coming in, hitting the deck hard, man. You could tell how hard he was hitting the deck by how the sound of the ball on bat. But what a victory. This is the cricket I love, man. This is the cricket I know. It's a fight to the finish. My one disappointment, I gotta say, yo, Shepherd, Romario, I get it, man. Johnson Charleston have a good night. But don't let nobody like Satner hit you for 3 sixes in your over, man. You put that ball sharp and right up. Give him the chin music, as we call it. Just chin music. Or you go with the Yorker length. Don't slow ball. Don't let him hit you like that, man. I get it. Charles missed your catch. Yes, I get it. Being a bowler, I know how it can bring you down when catches aren't taken. But don't let anybody take you like that, man. I don't care if it's the last over. I don't care how many runs you got to defend. You defend it, man, and you bowl hard because you deserve it. You deserve to be in that side. Okay? That's all I gotta say. But yo, that's how I saw it, man. Congrats to the West Indies. They're in the Super 8. New Zealand, they're 0-2. West Indies, way to go. Keep up the good work. Hey, but that's how I saw the game, man, from a fan's perspective. If you thought differently, let me know. Drop a comment in it. You know we always ask for comment, and we thank you all for the support. Until next time, my peeps. Later.